Okay, so in 1E, essentially what they're asking you to do is this. These two bars are going to be out of time, bars 23 and 24. So in the first instance, I do recommend that when you're in Ableton, I highly recommend that you highlight and loop the areas or the bars that you're going to edit. The purpose of this is you can visually see now where you need to either cut things out or move things around, and this for me just helps with sort of understanding where exactly I need to then focus my attention on. So in this, essentially what they want you to do is put the bass part in time. Now, with an audio file, this usually means that the transients are going to be outside of this grid. So in this case, I'm just going to zoom in a bit. Notice how that my transients for right now, because I've already fixed this, they're lining up with my grid. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that your transients are going to match up with this grid. Obviously, within the file that they've given you, it hasn't. So what you want to do essentially is you want to edit any silence. So what I could do is just highlight a certain area, getting rid of this, and then again, just moving my file around like this until those transients are on that grid. Now, just to be clear about this regarding your grid, what I would recommend is that you right click inside Ableton, and what you can do is you can see down here on the fixed grid that you can make this into a quarter note or eighth note. In the first instance, what I would do is just choose eighth note, and you can see that on bar 23 here that you have a transient that's in the middle. Therefore, this isn't an eighth note, this is now a 16th note. Right click on this and then just choose 16th. And now what you can see is that each one of these transients are on an actual grid. That's going to give you this visual. So the other way of doing this is you can also cut out these two bars and then open up your editor. And what this will do then is allow you to move these transients around by the warp markers. I normally don't edit in the editor, the audio editor down here. Normally what I do is I just edit here on the main window in Ableton. So in the other instructions, it says to make sure that the note on beat 25, or sorry, bar 25 of beat 1 is in time. And I've left this, so if you can just see that on bar 25, you have this slightly little area in here, which the exam board will want you to get rid of. And you can see that the transient is actually halfway between those two bars. So all I'm going to do now is this, is right click inside of here, and I'm going to choose my next division, which is a 32. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this area that I need to get rid of and essentially cut this out. And then again, just move my file all the way over to now bar 25. Another way of doing this is that you can use your warp markers. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to highlight this bar 25 because this is the one that's out of time. And I'm just going to right click inside of that area and I'm going to split it. So I'll just right click in here and just put split. So now that this has been cut off, if I now open up this editor here, you'll notice that this editor corresponds to that linked in there. Now what I'm going to do is this. Let me scroll over here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to zoom into where this transient is. Just get this grid here. So the transient's roughly in here. What I can do is I can just right click inside here and then just set my warp 1:1 there. And as you can see now, what will happen is that this is now going to be set on bar 25, which is there.